Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Here are the latest headlines from Ethiopia and across the Horn of Africa. French President Emmanuel Macron has arrived in Addis Ababa for official talks with Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, with discussions focusing on United Nations reform, African investment, green energy cooperation, and digital infrastructure development. France is also expected to expand economic cooperation and investment projects in Ethiopia, making the visit an important diplomatic moment for the country. Meanwhile, Ethiopia continues gaining global attention for its rapid transition toward electric vehicles after restricting gasoline and diesel car imports in 2024, with reports showing more than 115,000 electric vehicles now operating across the country. Rising fuel prices, strong government support, and renewable energy expansion are driving the shift, with experts saying Ethiopia could become one of Africa's leading electric mobility markets. The biggest new development is that the United States is trying to improve relations with both Ethiopia and Eritrea at the same time, mainly because the Horn of Africa and the Red Sea have become strategically important due to global tensions and shipping security concerns. Recent reports say Washington is considering lifting sanctions on Eritrea and reopening stronger diplomatic ties with President Isaias Afwerki. The U.S. sees Eritrea's Red Sea coastline as very important for regional security and international trade routes. At the same time, the U.S. is also strengthening cooperation with Ethiopia under Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Just days ago, Ethiopia and the United States signed a new bilateral structured dialogue framework in Washington focused on trade, investment, defense cooperation, and regional peace and stability. However, tensions between Ethiopia and Eritrea are rising again. Ethiopia has accused Eritrea of supporting armed groups and military aggression near border areas, while Eritrea strongly denied the accusations. There are also growing concerns about Ethiopia's interest in gaining sea access through Eritrean ports, especially Assab, which some analysts warn could create future conflict in the region. Another major issue is the fragile peace situation in Tigray. Recent political tensions and military movements in northern Ethiopia have raised fears of renewed instability involving Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Tigrayan forces. International observers, including the United States, are closely monitoring the situation because another conflict could destabilize the entire Horn of Africa. Many analysts believe America's current strategy is to prevent a new war between Ethiopia and Eritrea while also increasing U.S. influence in the Red Sea region amid competition involving Iran, Gulf countries, China, and Russia. World attention is currently focused on U.S. President Donald Trump visiting China for a high-stakes summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing. The visit is considered one of the most important diplomatic events of the year because both countries are discussing trade, artificial intelligence, Taiwan, the Iran conflict, global security, and economic cooperation. Trump arrived with several major American business and technology leaders, including executives from Nvidia, Tesla, and Apple, showing that economic deals and technology competition are central parts of the discussions. China welcomed Trump with a large state ceremony and official meetings aimed at improving relations between the world's two biggest economies after years of trade tensions and geopolitical rivalry. Analysts say both Washington and Beijing are trying to avoid deeper economic conflict while also competing for global influence in technology, military power, and international trade. The meeting is also being closely watched because decisions made during the summit could affect global markets, energy prices, and international security across Asia, the Middle East, and beyond.